So Skyler Treadway's work in the Oracle, first prize. Congratulations, Skyler. The painting grabbed my attention when I first walked into the room for a multitude of reasons. Primarily, the use of colour is gorgeous. The dripping texture of the work is really interesting. It's kind of done in a way that's refined. So typically in arts would do a dripping work and then not really develop it any further, but what Skyler's done is actually do that and then paint over it and obscure certain elements of it. And then underneath you got multimedia, the use of printed image that's then painted over and obscured in particular ways. So you see certain elements but not the entire picture that they've used. Up here in particular, you can see a matador using a red cloak to coax the bull. And all you really see is the red fabric and then an arm, and then the rest of that is turned into this large silhouette kind of thing that drips down. So from a distance you see a figure with what looks like a priestly outfit with a staff, but the closer you get, the more details you can read into. And then this figure here with a face that you can see an ear, a nose, a mouth, and then the silhouette of their back, but then what looks like maybe a head wound coming out or a large floral hat, kind of observing the scene here. All tells a story, all drags you into what is going on in the painting, and you can kind of just stare at it and infer your own image or your own story about it. And then there is the obfuscation of certain elements that make you look into the painting, but because they're obscured and you don't get the full picture, that ambiguity kind of makes your imagination work a little bit more than a painting that tells you everything up front. I really like the materials, the inks, the acrylics, the multimedia aspect, the refinement of those elements, the kind of painting over of certain things, and so it goes from this very deep, intense red to the sunset yellow, and then the energy kind of dissipates out near the bottom of the painting. So your eye is immediately drawn into this section. This is where it's all happening. This is the explosion or the event, and then you can kind of drift over the work. So that is why I like this painting.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more inspiring stories.